You join us today at the Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya for what's bound to be a really hectic qualifying as the teams compete to set the best lap times. In recent seasons, much talk has been made about tyre wear. Some say it gets in the way of the racing, others say it's always been part of the sport. Are we going to see drivers trying to look after their tyres here, or throw caution to the wind and worry about that when it becomes a problem?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
Okay, this is Jeff. Update on the car. The gearbox is damaged. Gearbox is damaged. You'll likely find gear changes slower. Okay, good job, mate. Really well done. That was a fantastic drive.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. De Vries, Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
What does the Spanish Grand Prix have in store for us today, I wonder? I hope we see some tight wheel-to-wheel action down the main straight, circa Mansell and Senna way back in '91, or maybe we'll have a more strategic race here on a track where overtaking can be difficult. The Circuit de Barcelona-Catalunya, a track that will certainly force the drivers to push themselves. It consists of a very impressive main straight going into turn one. It's a straight that also offers a DRS zone, so it's likely to be a hot spot for overtakes. Anthony Davison is here with me today. Together we'll be taking you through all the action at the Spanish Grand Prix. It can be hard for the cars to follow each other closely here due to all the dirty air coming off the car in front. So perhaps we're looking at a more strategic Grand Prix. What do you think on that one, Ant?
I'm not too sure about that, Crofty. Yes, it's hard to follow, but if you're brave on the brakes and willing to commit, there are definitely opportunities to be had here, like down into turn 10 after the DRS zone, for example. I don't think this is a race that's going to be decided purely in the pit stops.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. De Vries lines up on pole position and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Leclerc, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Albon, Sainz, Perez, Grosjean and Lando Norris, Magnussen, Ricciardo, Lance Stroll and Kvyat, Gasly, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi and George Russell, Kubica and Nico Hülkenberg completes the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to book down. The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights. Pushing too hard, it's causing your gearbox to take increased wear. Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race. gearbox. Release. Only one stop to go. One stop left in this strategy.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection, a shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Let's see how the driver standings have changed. It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Well, often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Nico Hülkenberg's clean driving throughout the...
What on earth was that performance? Come on, this isn't bumper cars at the fairground. Your results and conduct here matter, so pay more attention. We can't afford too many races like that. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.